morning. Britain pressure mounting on Rishi Sunak to call a general election after a night of damaging electoral setbacks.
Webb, Christopher Paul, commonly known as Chris, Labour Party, 10,825.
Labour has won the Blackpool South by-election, with the Conservatives narrowly holding on to second place, only just ahead of the Reform Party.
Yes, a seismic win, according to Keir Starmer. He will be thrilled that the Red Wall is starting to be rebuilt here in Blackpool. But success also for the Reform Party means there will be a few nervous moments in Downing Street.
In the local elections, Labour make big claims across England, winning control of councils in Hartlepool, Thurrock, Redditch and Rushmore. But they lose control in Oldham.
With around a third of the results declared so far, what do these elections mean for the general election?
Well, it looks like these results could end up being worse than the Conservatives' lowest expectations. But the big question is whether they will be bad enough to influence when the general election takes place and who is Prime Minister when it's called.
In other news, students here protesting against the Gaza war are being warned they'll face a police crackdown if there's any repeat of the violent scenes we've seen happening in recent days in the United States.
Take that, the latest massive headline act to move their Manchester shows from the troubled Co-op Live venue to a rival arena.
And making the right impression. It's not just Donald Trump.
It's part of what makes him instantly recognizable, you know, looking as though you're playing darts like that.
Trump making a comeback. Could Boris Johnson be following in his lead? We're going to ask him live, Boris Johnson, live on Good Morning Britain via John Paul Show, just after 8 o'clock.
Friday, 3rd of May, 2024, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Ed Balls.
We'll have to check his ID, though, of course, because Boris Johnson, despite being the Prime Minister who brought in voter ID, did turn up yesterday without it.
Yeah, but he was also the Prime Minister who legislated for lockdown rules and then allowed them to be broken willy-nilly.
Yeah, I think the trouble is, yesterday it just wasn't a great look, was it, when you're the person who'd backed voter ID? He did eventually go back and get it. Do let us know if you had an issue with voter ID, because, of course, yesterday, first sort of tranche of elections where you did have to take proof of who you are, and there were a couple of hiccups. You didn't have to take your polling card, but, of course, it felt like you had to take your polling card, and I think people did get a little bit wary and nervous about what they were supposed to take. Let us know if that affected your ability to vote yesterday. Meanwhile, our main news this morning...